It is one thing to be a part of the royal family and enjoy its glamour, attention, and benefits. Still, being a royal also means being vigilant and elegant, ready to act at a moment's notice to save the royal family's name and the monarch's head. There can be no room for error in this family, and elegance and class are paramount. Welcome back to Blog. Today, we will look at all the strict rules a royal child must follow as part of the royal family and see what makes them so unique. Before we get into this video, hit that like button and subscribe. No child wants to grow up in a strict household. They all want to play with their friends and have a good time, which is impossible for most kids with strict parents, at least for them. Instead, everything takes place in the home, which is not what any child wants. It wouldn't be in the evening news if they were acting silly or getting reprimanded. The children of the royal family need to start acting mature when they should be playing with toys, because being a member of the royal family carries with it a great responsibility to be the new generation and face that upholds the monarch's good name. Everyone will watch you see how the future ruler will look and act. You may be thinking, sure, they will have time to play, and they will be out of the spotlight at least for a few of those years. Still, the truth is they are in the spotlight from the moment they are born, and this is one of the rules of a royal family, that any newborn in the royal family must be announced in public so that the world knows that a new baby has been born to the royal family. The parents or the royal family utilize these children, who are still very young, as tools. It serves as an illustration of the situation that will arise after the inauguration of the new monarch the following year. There are already rumors and unproven claims that did this to prevent Meghan and Harry's child from celebrating their 4th birthday on the day of the coronation, which would prevent the entire family from attending. The moment they are born into the royal family is the moment they start to take responsibility for their action and etiquette. It makes sense if the same criteria apply to adults and children, since being a king necessitates unsurpassed levels of size and grace. Every royal family member is required to undergo baptism because the monarch also serves as the head of the Church of England. Yes, this includes Meghan, who married Harry. They were only allowed to get married after she got baptized. The same goes for all the children as well. No one is exempt from this rule, as it is part of the royal family, whose head is also the head of the Church of England, and so that demands that the tradition is carried forward for as long as the royal family exists. Being a member of the royal family means that you are constantly in the media sites, and they are constantly on the lookout for newsworthy events. As a result, as soon as kids are old enough to consume meals at the table, they are taught the appropriate table etiquette and how to eat like a king or queen. Along with other life skills like using their voice, they also learn to maintain proper posture and communicate clearly. Even using good behavior in public teaches kids. Additionally, they must go to any formal gatherings to which they are invited and always present their best selves. They give instructions on appropriate attire for each occasion, as well as politeness and bowing. To appear presentable and well-behaved in the eyes of the numerous people looking at their future king or queen, they expect to attend every royal ceremony or function. If you have siblings, they may be annoying, but you would still love to hang out with them and go on family holidays together. That is not a thing with the royal family, as siblings are not allowed to travel together, especially if they are on a plane. It protects the line of succession in case anything goes wrong. They would lose one child instead of losing both of them and leaving a dent in the line of succession. Even in this modern world, the lives of the royal family are still very much valued. They are also required to be fluent in languages other than English. After all, other dignitaries from different parts of the world will come to meet them. And they must be well versed in another language to even have a simple conversation. For years, the chosen second language was French, but now recently, that has been moved over to Spanish, and as per the royal scholars, the children sometimes start their second language as young as when they are 8 years old. With education moved onto one side, it is time to look at how the royals dress their kids and what is expected of them. Etiquette expert states that all of the clothing selected for them and what kind of clothing they wear is all a tribute to the old times when dressing up was the central part of showing how grand and powerful you are. It is a written rule that young boys must always wear shorts. As they get older, usually around 8, they may wear longer shorts or trousers because they are supposed to grow into them, like a boy must mature to become a man. It is somewhat of a symbolic tradition for the royal family's boys to dress this way. When it comes to girls, it is more often than not that we see them wear dresses, which is what is expected of them. If you have a sibling, it is required that by tradition, they must wear matching outfits, or at least outfits that must be color-coded to match each other so that they seem close and together, like how a family should be. The royal children and the senior members of the royal family are never supposed to wear black outfits or dresses to any daylight events, as black signifies mourning or death, and they are forbidden from wearing any black clothes when they go out during the day. In contrast, they are also required always to keep backup clothes on hand in case a member of the royal family passes away suddenly. Even from a young age, these kids are shown the proper way to dress and be prepared and ready for any event. Kids express their opinions occasionally, so it is essential to teach them from a young age how to communicate politely and sound impartial and neutral when speaking. This is important because as they age and begin to interact with the politics of this world, it would not be very classy to support a political party. After all, you seem to like the candidate they are running for office and want them to win. After all, the royal family has their back. Of all things, shellfish is forbidden for the royal children to consume. Every royal family does have their diet strictly watched. Still, when tea comes to the royal kids, they put even more care into it, as kids can be picky eaters, and it is the duty of the doctors who look after the royal family to ensure that the next possible heir must grow healthy. Shellfish are mostly banned from the families to feed to the royal kids just because they are the most common cause of food poisoning, and no one would want to take that risk with a child from the royal family. The members of the royal family are restricted to travel in the same aircraft even if they have to go to the same place. Direct heirs to the throne, such as Prince William, who's second in line, and his son Prince George, who's third in sequence, don't travel on the same plane together for a cynical reason. This is done to ensure that if the aircraft meets an accident, there will be survivors to carry on the lineage of the family. Prince William and Kate Middleton have been bucking that unwritten rule with their kids, but they had to get permission from the Queen first. Although with the air travel becoming more and safer, the Queen relaxed this rule on rare occasions. Reportedly, William and George will be split up in planes when the third in line turns 12. Last, they are taught humility and how to behave around others. Even though they might one day rule the country and be the future head of the monarch, right now, they are the royal children. They must listen to their nannies and security when they advise them not to do a specific thing. While all of this is done to ensure their safety, it teaches the royal children to respect everyone, not just the elderly and experienced. It's also done to show them that even though they have a lot of power, they are not superior to others, and that everyone should be treated fairly and with respect. There is certainly a lot a royal kid must go through his childhood as part of the royal family, and it is certainly not an easy task as one of the few royal families left in this world. The future generations have to uphold the name of the family and the ones who are the head to teach the young ones the way of the old. We certainly hope we enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe.